that scary movie.
Fuck the prime time, bitch!
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
And we're live! Welcome back to another episode of Final Thoughts here on our Instagram page or YouTube page, wherever you're watching. As always, we say thank you. So, today, we're here to talk about Barbarian, the 2022 horror flick that's stunning the nation. I don't know about stunning the nation, but I heard a little bit of buzz about Barbarian here, obviously in the month of October, running in theaters. I don't know, man. I wanted to go see it in theaters, dude, but it's like, movie theaters are so expensive these days, so it's like I can't go see every single film that I want to go see, which, by the way, isn't very many these days, but nonetheless, Barbarian was one of those films that I opted to wait until it became available on video on demand. I believe it's also streaming on the HBO service. HBO? Is it still HBO Go? I don't know, man. HBO Max, whatever it is. If you haven't checked out Barbarian, I'm just going to say it right off the bat. Tons of spoilers in this video. We're going to talk about Barbarian. So, I highly suggest if you haven't seen it, turn this video off and immediately go watch Barbarian. And then come back and we can talk about Barbarian. Okay, so again, high amount of spoilers. So again, this is a film that I waited until it became available on video on demand. I picked it up here a couple weeks ago. I was actually able to finally watch it last night. Spent the hour and 41 minutes, whatever it is, sitting there watching this film. It was, dude, okay, like, my immediate reaction by the end of the film was kind of like, what the fuck? Like really, I sat there for an hour and 41 minutes just to see that it was some, like, the monster is some sort of, like, inbred, 40 years of inbreeding, basically, incest. I don't know, dude. They're like, it's been down there for 40 years. And this guy is like a rapist murderer, so he's like keeping these girls locked up down there and like impregnating them. And then, I don't know, man, maybe this was the final one. I don't know. Maybe it's left open to where, like, there's more of them down there. I think it was kind of implied that there was at one point. When that one chick, she gets out of the house and stuff. I know we're jumping around, but I don't give a shit. She gets out of the basement. That homeless dude's there to help her, and he's like, "That's not even the worst of it." And it's like, okay, cool. There's gonna be more, but no. It's like Justin Long's character finds the old man that was committing all the atrocities back in the 1980s, and I guess he was worse than the inbred 7-foot-tall like monster. Like, I guess in a sense of like a human, in a human sense, you know, just as a human, yeah, that guy is a fucking piece of shit, needs to be taken care of. Obviously, he had guilt and he took care of himself by the end of that film there, which was kind of lackluster in a sense. But I guess it's kind of like, okay, this whole film like was just a giant morality tale. It felt like, you know, obviously the plot lines were pretty much derived from modern day society. You know, hookup culture, dating culture, whatever. I haven't had to go on a date in like 20 fucking years, dude. It's been a long fucking time. Well, I go on dates, but just with random people, I should say. Like, I've been with the same person for like 20 years. Anyway, you know, so obviously this film is deriving a lot from modern day society, which, you know, a lot of people, you know, would just automatically shit on. I'm not necessarily gonna, you know, shit on it because, you know, it's a modern horror film. I mean, modern horror film. This is modern day society, so it's, I guess that makes sense. You know, I guess I can go along with that because obviously, you know, the beginning of the movie starts with this chick rolling up to an Airbnb. Somehow, some way, the film is the house is being rented on 2 different applications, I guess. Bill Skarsgård's character opens the door. He's like, "Oh, I have a reservation too." She's like, "I have a reservation too. What are we gonna do?" And they have this game of going back and forth of like trying to be polite and stuff, and like he's trying to be over the top, like, "No, I'm a nice guy," but like you really don't know, is he a nice guy? Which right off from the bat though, it's like, yeah, like I've stayed at Airbnbs before where you have like split rooms where you're renting only a room, so there's other guests that are staying, so it's kind of like a hotel in a sense. So it's like, to me, right off the bat, I'm like, that's not that weird, you know? It's like, but I guess it's only a 1-bedroom, whatever, sleep on the couch. The movie progresses, you're like, okay, Bill Skarsgård's character, he's a nice dude, they somehow have a bunch of shit in common, they drink a bunch of wine, you know, but then in the middle of the night, though, she wakes up, her door's open, he's screaming in his night, having like night terrors. You see something down the hallway. So first I thought it was like, is this a ghost story? That's kind of what I was thinking. But turns out it was an incestuous, like, hybrid, inbred fucking 7-foot tall fucking monster or whatever. My question right off the bat is like, who the fuck is renting this shit? Because obviously we find out that Justin Long character owns the house. But like, who's renting this? Like, we understand that there's some sort of agency, I guess, that he goes and gets the keys from. That's who they call at the beginning. What the fuck, dude? Like, there's nothing ever progresses like further with that storyline. We really don't like find out. And then that old man is like still living down there, and it's just like, like, is this some sort of like, I don't know, dude, like, just like fucking like, they're in decrepit ass fucking Detroit, like nothing's around them, like that's not really ever explained, it feels like, and I feel that's a major plot downfall in that sense. So anyway, yeah, fucking we find this like back underground fucking tunnels and shit that they're going down. We see this monster, we're introduced to this monster. She violently kills Bill Skarsgård. So you're like, I guess he was a nice guy the whole entire time. Pretty fucking violent. Like, I'm not gonna, yeah, it was a violent part, probably one of the more violent parts of the film. And I thought that part played out pretty well, to be honest with you guys. So we were kind of led to believe that maybe she is dead. But then we cut to Justin Long character. He gets Me Too'd. Okay, again, I'm rolling with modern day shit. Whatever. You want to throw that in your script, your Hollywood script. It's kind of like, a life imitating, or art imitating life or whatever. So he owns this house, it turns out. He flies to Detroit. He's trying to sell this house, but he ends up staying at the house. He's like, what the fuck? People are still here. He's calling the agency like, hey, where are all these people? They're like, no, we don't know. It's like, again, they should have fucking, like, again, that doesn't explain who the fuck, like, how does, like, 40 years of this shit going on in this house? Who remodeled this fucking, like, when did he buy this house? Like, again, like, I'm asking myself these questions as the film is progressing. Obviously then Justin Long finds the tunnels. We have a lot of jump scares, basically. A lot of, like, simple jump scares is kind of what this film had, which was fun, and like I said, like, playing with the shadows and stuff and the darkness downstairs when you see the monster. I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously, he gets caught. We find out the chick's still alive. Somehow she's like, and like, so the monster character turns out just to be this mom type fucking thing. Just wants to, like, she has this room where it's like this 24/7 repeat of, like, some sort of educational video where they're trying to show him, like, how to breastfeed and whatnot. Justin Long's character kind of gets his comeuppance, and he's basically raped by the monster throughout the film. So it's kind of like, hey, that's what you get, for whatever the hell you did with that chick that he's being accused of within the story. Yeah, dude, so they get out, they make it to some sort of tower or something. He, Justin Long's character, you think he's trying to have this redemption story. He's like, I didn't do that to that chick, or it wasn't like the way she says it, or blah, 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 whatever. But then he just, at the end, throws the chick off the fucking, the roof or whatever the hell it is. And the monster goes after her because that's her baby. We find out, okay, that's why she's alive, is because the monster apparently likes females over males, I guess. I don't know. Again, is that modern day society seeping into our Hollywood film here? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of fucking shit going on here that I wasn't really down with, in the sense of, like, just the story itself. It's just like, again, like, where's this monster coming from? Which they say that it's an incestuous, like, monster and whatnot, so it's inbred. But, like, where's the mom? Where's all the moms? It's down to that guy. Like, I don't know, dude. The guy ends up, having cancer or whatever, and he's just all fucking decrepit. He has VHS tapes of all his killings and shit. Justin Long sees it. He's like, you're a piece of shit. He's like, I know. Fucking blows his brains out. Okay, I guess. But the ending, yeah. So the ending, the monster's not dead. Fucking, I guess Bill Skarsgård kind of got it off easy, because, yeah, dude, that chick they fucking show him getting his eyes all plunged out, dude. His eyes just go, just like little grapes, dude. Ah! It was cool. That was pretty cool. Rips his head open, And then, yeah, she, like, I guess, like, what the fuck was at the ending? Like, the monster's like, just kill me, which she knows. Like, she knows she's just like, I'm a 7 foot incestuous inbred, like, kill me. And it's like, boom. And then she gets away. The chick, the final girl gets away, which she was at the beginning, which I'm glad that she lived. I didn't want to see her character die. I actually did, like, enjoy her, so. That's Barbarian, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, that was a good fucking movie. It had good parts. The gore was good. I really enjoyed the cinematography. I thought they did a lot with the camera itself. Yeah, I mean 7 out of 10 maybe. I don't know. Like if we have do we have a star rating? Yeah, let's go 7 out of 10 on this film. Maybe a 6.5 out of 10, something like that. Let's roll it. Yeah, 6.5 out of 10. I didn't necessarily think it was the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's definitely not necessarily the best movie that I've seen this year in terms of new films. I will throw this back if you have seen my Halloween Ends film or reaction video or whatever you want to call it, final thoughts. Yeah, I'm taking that back, dude. Halloween Ends is not a good movie. It's a good standalone film if it was a standalone film, but as a Halloween film, it's not a good movie. So. Getting back to Barbarian, again, 6.5 out of 10. Go see it. I mean, it's fun. I mean, Bill Skarsgård's a really good actor. I like Justin Long. But yeah, the plot is kind of wishy-washy. It leaves more to be desired in terms of like the backstory of the monster and this guy that we're shown, because they show this dude in the 80s and whatnot. And that's how we find out about what was going on in this house, because I like the story of like, oh, a haunted house. Like I really enjoyed that aspect. Like, oh, this fucking house, like a really nice house among all these fucking, these boarded up houses that are no longer occupied. Like, count me in every single time, guys. But I don't know, it was fun, but it just left a lot to be desired, I felt, in terms of the story itself. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that ends it for us here on this episode of Final Thoughts. If you haven't checked out our Creep Show 40th anniversary, go check that video out right now. Plus, we got still a brand new episode of Video Rental Chaos. We got a holiday special coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Next month of December, we're coming out with a brand new holiday special here on Video Rental Chaos on our YouTube page and Instagram page. So, like, rate, subscribe, help us out, tell your friends. Until next time, we'll see ya. Peace.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Red rum. Red rum. Red rum. Red rum.
I took care of it. That's why God made fathers, babe. That's why God made fathers.